Hey guys, EBPMAN here, and today we're talking about earbuds that can translate what you hear. Let's check it out. Now, have you ever wanted to be able to listen to someone who speaks a foreign language, understand what they say, and then respond to them and have them understand what you say? Well, that's what these headphones or earbuds all are trying to do. They have translating capabilities that allow you to listen to something in a foreign language, have that language translated for you, and then allow you to reply. But each of these does it differently. Let's check out which one does it the best and which one maybe doesn't do it that well. Let's get onto it. So let's talk about how translation takes place with each of these. First of all, the translation technology, the ability to listen and convert language, is really not found on the earbuds themselves, but found on your phone. These are just a conduit to which the translation takes place. So you're using the mic, and then what you're doing is using the speaker to hear the language themselves. Now, Bragi has partnered with a company called iTranslate. Waverly Labs with the Pilot, which was a Indiegogo Kickstarter project, has their own proprietary translation solution. And then Google uses their Google Pixel Buds to translate it using the Google Translate. So they have their own solution as well. Now, this solution is free. So the translation software is free from Google. With Waverly Labs, the translation software is also free. It comes part of the purchase of the Pilot earbuds. However, the Dash, while you pay for the Dash, in order to have the iTranslate software, you have to pay for a monthly subscription. And for that reason, we're not going to cover it because I want to focus on things that, the prices are bundled, or the language translation software is bundled. And the reason why I think that's important, why I'm just going to eliminate Bragi from this, is because we don't use translation software every single day. We don't use it in every way of our life. So to have to pay a monthly subscription, I think makes it not as usable and probably something that not everyone would use. And if you are using the Bragi and you use the iTranslate software, please let me know in the comment area that you are and what your experience is, and if you agree with that. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button so that you can get updated as more of these videos come in. So we're going to eliminate the Bragi Dash from the group. So we're going to focus on these two solutions. How do they do the translation, and how accurate are they? Now, for those of you who are looking for the full review of each one of these solutions, I have a video which has the unboxing and initial impressions of both, and I'm going to include them up here in the upper left-hand corner, right-hand corner in this case, so that you can click on those if you want to see them. So let's talk about how each work. All right, so first let's take a look at the Pilot experience when it comes to translation. So first of all, you have two earpieces, and this is how it's going to work. So what you'll do is you'll choose start a conversation or join a conversation. Joining a conversation allows you to join a conversation where there's more than one person that already has a translation going on and you want to be part of it. So the neat thing about the Pilot solution is that if you have, let's say, 3 people, one person who speaks Spanish, one person who speaks, let's say, Portuguese, and then one person who speaks English, you can actually be in a conversation with 3 people. The Polish person or the Portuguese person or the Spanish person is going to hear in their language the translation. You would hear it in English, and then as they speak in their language, the translation would take place in a group setting. So that's very unique when it comes to the solution. But here's the kicker. You do need to have earpieces. So this is how it's going to work. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to choose start a conversation. Once you start a conversation, you're going to choose which earpiece you're going to use during this conversation. So I have mine right now using the left. So I'm going to say use the left, right? And notice how I have here the choices for conversation. If it's going to be a group conversation or an individual. So I'm going to do a one-on-one conversation. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the language, right, that I'm going to be speaking with. So here you go, and they have Arabic, Chinese, English, and I'll just scroll through so you can see all the languages. And then within them, you'll notice that you have these arrows, and that's because certain languages have dialects or there's differences, regional differences. So for example, if we go into the Arabic one, let's go ahead and choose that one, you'll notice that here are the different versions. We're going to go back and we're going to choose another language. The same thing is going to be true with Spanish, which we'll choose, and you have all the different Spanishes. So I'm going to just choose Spanish United States. Right? Now that I've done that, I'm just going to choose continue. And the person who is going to be speaking to me needs to download the app. that to me is one of the failures in workflow with the solution. So I have to, over here, download the app. So I'm going to tell them download the app, and then once I download the app, I'm going to then launch the app, and then I'm going to join the conversation. So I go over here, get this QR code, and now the conversation will commence. All right? So now they're going to be using this phone to hear what I say in Spanish, and when they speak in Spanish, I'm going to hear over here what they say in English. But again, what you require is to have that. You need to have, that solution where you have two phones. Now, the other piece that makes the solution so difficult to implement is, notice what it's saying right here. It says, wait for guest 1 to connect to your pilot. All right. So if you recall, we had the language, the earbuds, and it was asking me which earbud did I want to use, left or right. Notice what it says right here. Please open Bluetooth to connect the Pilot R. That means that I have to take out of my ear, and I'm doing that right now, my earbud. I give it to them to put in their ear, which is, for some people, kind of gross. And I also have to pair it to their phone in order for it to work. Yeah, yuck. So that's one of the things that I don't like about this implementation, that you have to go through that process. Now, outside of workflow, how is the translation? Well, the translation is actually really good. Let me give you an example. Hi, how are you today? Notice on the bottom, that's the accurate translation. So let me pause that again. So, hola, ¿cómo estás? Hi, how are you today? Let's try something else. Where's the nearest restroom? So the person on the other side is hearing, ¿Dónde está el baño más cercano? Very accurate. So I found that the translation is actually really good. The implementation is where I question. Let me know what you think about giving someone an earbud that was in your ear, or even not in your ear. Let's say you have it here. Would someone just take this and put this in their ear? Would they be comfortable with it? Would they be comfortable with taking software, installing it on their phone to have a conversation? Would they go that far pairing it, going through that whole exercise? I'd love to hear your feedback on that. All right, so now let's take a look at how the buds handle translation. How do they work? So, first of all, in order for the Google Pixel Buds to support translation, what you need to do is install the Google Translate app. The Google Translate app is free. There's no cost to it. Matter of fact, you don't need to purchase these in order to have the translator to work. You can actually do translation without the buds, which means you don't have to invest, a couple $100s in headphones or earbuds to do voice translation. So that's the first thing that I just wanted to point out. But since we're focusing on the earbuds themselves, let's talk about how that earbud experience is and how would you translate and speak to someone. All right, so for the Pixel Buds, this is what you need to do. Like I said, you have the software installed on your phone, and your earbuds, the Pixel Buds, are connected to your phone. You basically press and hold the side of your earbud, and you say the Google phrase, help me speak in the language that you want to speak. So if you want to speak English, Chinese, whatever it is, Spanish, Portuguese, all you do is do that, and it's going to launch the software for you. Let me show you how that works. So let's go ahead and start the command. I'm going to press and hold the earpiece in my ear. Help me speak Spanish. I'm getting a message in my ear that's saying, sure, I'm opening up Google Translate. And now what you see is the Google Translator opened, and it did a couple things. And let's get this a little closer, you can see. Not only do you have English as the language, my dominant language, but now what you have is Spanish as the language that I'm going to be speaking in. I don't have to give an earbud to anyone. I don't have to have them install an app. And this is great because think about you're in a taxi in a foreign country. So I'm traveling in Italy. One of my cousins is in Italy right now. Or actually, let's say Paris, because I have another one in Paris right now. So he's in Paris and he gets in a cab and he'd like to go somewhere. He doesn't have to give, this earbud to the taxi driver. All he has to do is having his buds on or just using the app, choose English or Spanish and then French. And now all you have to do is tap and hold your earbud and say what you want to say in the local language. And what will happen is this will translate. So let's try the same thing. Where's the nearest restroom? So here's my English. They did not hear what I said, and obviously they heard what I said when I spoke it out, but the translation took place aloud. Perfect situation so that you can have that conversation. Now, the difference between this and the pilot is that the pilot, I would say, is a little bit more private because the earbud itself is containing the actual communication, right? Now, what they could do is they can respond in the local language and then it will translate, but you're not going to hear it. So I'm going to show you that experience. I'm going to speak in Spanish, respond, and I'm going to press this button because literally what the person would do is that they would press here, and you notice that even the instructions in Spanish, or it would be in the local language. If it's French, if it's German, if it's Chinese, it'd be in that language. They're going to press and hold, they're going to respond, and then I'm going to hear in my earpiece the response in English. El baño está en el segundo piso. So I said in Spanish that the bathroom is on the second floor, and I heard in my earpiece the bathroom is on the second floor. So it translated. Now what I could do is say thank you. Let's do that. Thank you. Gracias. And you have it in Spanish. So now that you've seen this, which one has the better experience? Do you think the pilot did a better job in the translation experience? You know, that exchange? And I'm not looking at the actual translation as far as the language, because both of them do fantastic when it comes to translating the words and the phrases and the sentences. But we're talking about the experience and how would you use one versus the other. All right, so now you've seen how both of these work. Let's say you don't want to buy earbuds that have translating capabilities and you just want to be able to do translation. And matter of fact, you want to do it for free. Let me show you how it works. All right, so now we're going to do the translation without having any earpieces on, right? And you could use this with the standard headset as well. So if you have, some Beats, if you have any brand that we reviewed here on the channel, you could do this with them. You can use them with the Nuheara IQ Buds as well. What you do is you choose your language. So I'm going to choose Spanish because I can speak Spanish so we can see how it works. Let's find that. So there's Italian. So you can see all the ones that are there, lots of different languages. And you can do this offline too, by the way. So here's our Spanish. So now we have English and Spanish. And now I want to be able to tell the taxi driver, or I'm at the restaurant, and I want to find out where the bathroom is. Or let's say I want to ask for a beer. So we're going to go ahead because I'm at a bar. So I'm going to press this button here. Can I get a cold beer? So now you got the translation that can I get a cold beer? But you know what? I forgot to say which type. So now I have the bartender on the other side who is in Spanish is going to ask me that. ¿Qué tipo de cerveza deseas? Let's do that one more time. ¿Qué tipo de cervezas deseas? What kind of beers do you want? So there is the response. So that would be the experience going between English and Spanish. And all you would have to do is press and hold. So literally you just have your phone out and it would do the translation back and forth. And again, this is absolutely free just by downloading the Google Translate. So guys, that concludes the translation overview or comparison between three products that we've had here. Again, I focus primarily on these two because the cost of the translation software comes with the headset, and in one case it's absolutely free and you're just getting the facilitation of the headset. Bragi does it, again, but they do it with the iTranslate software, and I'm just not a fan of anything that I have to pay monthly. That's why we didn't cover it. So the question is, which one do you prefer? Which one of the three, and we'll just say of the two that you see here, do the best job when it comes to translation? Which one has the best workflow for you? Which one do you think would be more practical as you're in need of speaking a foreign language? Let me know in the comment area below. Would love to hear what you think. And as always, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.